Dawn, the northern outskirts of Washington, D.C.
Clutch, Hawk is still alive, but I saw Cobra Commander shoot him in the back 3 times. How?
When he saw how bad the odds were against us on this mission, Hawk decided to stack the deck with an armored vest under his uniform. Ballistic nylon might prevent bullet penetration, but it doesn't soften the impact much. Hawk's still in a world of hurt. While Bill and Doc can't medevac him out of here ASAP, internal bleeding might do him in.
Doc, don't be dragging tail. Hawk needs a plasma hookup and some...
Whoa, who's the doc here anyhow? I'll decide what treatment the man gets. I don't get in your way when you're busting heads. Don't get in mine when I'm rolling pills.
Is he? Will he?
Take a walk.
Let the man do his job, Scarlet.
Oh, I know. It's just so frustrating sometimes.
Scarlet, we intercepted your call to Wild Bill for a medevac. Is it Hawk?
Yes, it's Hawk. And Doc's working on him now. We'll get him on a stretcher and fly him to the hospital.
How bad is it?
Did you see who did it?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
The tank's tying up traffic. We've got some angry civilians backed up behind us.
Let him wait. Hawk ain't moving till Doc says it's okay.
Hey, some people have to work for a letting you know. Move that pile of iron.
Who did it, Scarlet?
It was Cobra Commander. Hawk was struggling with Destro in the back of the his tank. Cobra Commander was in the turret.
I'm warning you, I'm beginning to lose my patience. I have a lot of influence on defense committees.
He shot Hawk. Back shot him.
Did it, Cochon? This be some fine call you call your fella? Sure thing, real fine. What they be calling this here top car now?
It's a good classic Shelby GT Cobra.
Cobra?
Now you've done it. That door is going to cost...
I hate Cobras.
Oh my goodness.
I hear that name, it makes me want to smash things.
Come on, Gung-Ho. Give us a hand securing Hawk to the copter. He's about ready for a leisurely flight to Bethesda Naval Hospital.
Hawk's all right?
He's gonna be fine. Most armored vests won't stop a 9mm hardball round. Luckily, Hawk was wearing a SWAT model with extra ballistic layers. Make sure those straps are tight.
Yo, Zap, this is Breaker. We're loading Hawk on the Dragonfly now. What is your present status?
I'm driving north on the interstate in pursuit of Cobra Commander's his tank.
You want a backup? We got 6 Joes and a tank sitting here, waiting for someone to open a can of firefight.
No thanks, Breaker. I've got Grunt, Short Fuse, Rock and Roll, and Flash with me. They're greedy. They don't want to share that Cobra Commander with anyone when we catch up to him. Besides, we got some extra firepower along for the ride, as well as a friendly eye in the sky. You listening in on the communications net, Ace?
Listening and watching, Zap.
I'm about to proceed further north along the interstate at lowest cruising speed. Should be able to spot your target right quick. It's not easy to hide a tank on the highway.
Further north.
Objective Venom. Destro's in some sort of trance. He just keeps staring back at the city.
Forget him, Cobra Commander. We have other, more urgent matters to worry about. We are too vulnerable on the open road. We must formulate an escape plan and implement.
You're wrong, Venom. Destro is the immediate threat. The events of the previous night may have unhinged him. Who knows the thoughts that run through his brain? He has witnessed the extinction of the great love of his life, the Baroness. She was his reason for existence. All his ambition and all his skills were bent to one purpose, to win her everlasting love. He thought he had to win her love. He had to prove himself to her. It never occurred to him that the thing he wanted was always there. He must have realized the truth at the moment she sacrificed herself to save him from Major Blood. Now his train of logic plods inexorably towards the next obviously glaring question. Why would Major Blood try to kill Destro? The first answer to come to mind might be because Cobra Commander ordered him to. That's logical.
Deadly logic.
But not the truth.
Nope.
Major Blood was in love with the Baroness. Killing you would have eliminated his arch-rival for her affections when his assassination attempt was foiled by the Baroness herself. He killed her in spite so no one could have her.
Of course, he wanted her for himself. I was blind. Blind! Blood would not escape my wrath. There is no safe place on Earth for him. I swear it. He is mine.
Wow, did you see that? You bet! It was one of those new swing wing jets. What's it doing flying so low? Who knows? Maybe he's helping Smokey flush out speeders on the interstate.
Sky Striker calling APC. Do you copy? Loud and clear, eh?
Got visual contact with the bad guys, Zap. They're on a parallel route just west of you. You can read all about it in the funny papers. Too much civilian traffic for weaponry. He's all yours.
Thanks much, amigo. How's about maintaining a holding pattern over the target, just in case we need some old-fashioned air support?
You got it.
What's going on up there?
Just find out where the bad guys are, and we're going to head them off at the pass.
Meanwhile, in Miami, where Snake Eyes and the mercenary Quinn are still jailed after crash landing a stolen bomber on the beach.
So, Shadowman, neither of us have an expensive lawyer to trade paper favors for our freedom like Dr. Venom did. But I suspect you too have a hidden resource that they know nothing about. Mine is a saw blade hidden in a hollow heel. And yours, I see, is a $100 bill. Not much use to us in this cell, I'm afraid. But then we won't be here for much longer.
At a toll booth near Baltimore.
Too many variables at play here. This produce truck is a trap. I can't control the situation.
Just hold on a doggone minute here. One of your stickers is expired. Don't fret, though. Just a routine check.
A bus, transport and hostages combined. A situation I can control. Stay your hand, driver, lest a hero's laurels adorn thy brow in death's slumber.
Whatever you say, Mac, you got the gun.
Proceed north, driver. Any deviation from my instruction shall result in mortal injury to a passenger.
Major Blood, of all the buses for him to hijack, well, it's gonna take more than a half-baked port to stop old Scarface from getting home to Coney Island.
Hey, come back here! What you think you're doing? Hey!
Gee, Stalker, that bus just ran the toll booth. That seems suspicious to you?
No grand slam, not in the least tiny bit, but that guy riding up front with the eye patch and hand cannon, that's suspicious.
In a decidedly unfashionable quarter of Miami.
Another natural. The boy is hot. I'm riding. Anybody calling my bluff?
I'm in.
Here comes Trouble and his little brother.
Morning, gentlemen. We're not looking for trouble. Just want to buy into your little game of chance here.
No offense, mister, but I never gamble with anybody twice as big as me.
Besides, you don't look like no shooter to me.
Dice are not my forte. My friend here shoots. I hold the money.
Okay, mystery man. We'll take your money. Shoot. The point is Snake Eyes. What's so funny?
North of Washington.
We're saved.
I've established contact with Cobra Central in Springfield. Help is on the way to us even as I speak.
That just means we have to stay exposed on the highway for even longer.
We'll get away. Nothing will keep me from my revenge.
Half a mile south.
We're closing in fast. We should have visual contact over the next rise.
Zap, this is Breaker. We just picked up a warning from a radar station in Maryland.
You've got an aerial company coming in low and fast.
How many and what? Disregard last inquiry, Breaker, and try to raise Ace on the communications net. We've got 3 Fang helicopters, 2 jet fighters, and a large transport helicopter. Need I tell you that none of them are on our side?
You hear that, Ace? Take some heat off our boys, why don't ya?
I'm on the case, Breaker. Missiles armed and ready. Safety off on the Gatling gun. And a wee bit of extra altitude for that distinct advantage in the art of dogfighting.
North of the toll booth in Baltimore.
We can't dodge bullets forever, Stalker.
What do you want me to do, Grand Slam? Run him off the road?
Fools! Leave me be and live to fight another day.
Pull up on the left, on his blind side.
I think I know what you're gonna try, but that don't mean I have to watch.
What? The roof?
It's all over for you, Major Blood.
Over? Not till I breathe my last. You!
Elsewhere.
Look, they're splitting up. The jet fighters are headed for the ceiling, and the copters are headed for us. Rock and roll, do your thing.
Can't hear you, Zap. My twin Vulcans are too loud.
Triple play, way to go.
But the big fish are getting away. That transport copter just picked up the Hiss tank carrying Cobra Commander, Destro, and Dr. Venom.
We still have our ace in the hole.
Got both bogeys in my sights, boys. Missiles away. One of them clipped me. Am folding wings and headed for the basement. The second bogey is following me down. I can feel his crosshair reticule creeping up my spine. Right about now, he should be arming his heat-seeking missiles. And he's confident. He's not expecting me to flap out my air brakes, allowing me to overshoot him right into my sights. Sorry, Joes. I'd like to chase down that transport copter for you, but I've got a damaged aircraft here that has to be nursed back to base. See you back at the pit.
All this and Cobra Commander still gets away? What are we gonna say to Hawk?
We tell him get well, and we go about tracking down this Cobra creep and drag his sorry case back to Staten Island.
Further south.
That was a fine play, Shadow Man. Winning all their money was simply a ruse to force them to put the car up as the final wager. I still think it would have been a gesture of goodwill to have left the man his hat. Huh. What hypocrisy. Here I am, riding the road to vengeance, and I speak of gestures of goodwill. It is not enough to know the weasel spirit in yourself, my friend. You must wrestle with the weasel and throw him down. You must keep him from whispering revenge in the ear of your soul for all your waking hours. But I'm through wrestling with the weasel. We go to Coney Island, Shadow Man. We take the first step towards vengeance.
Meanwhile, in Springfield.
We're home, Destro. The helicopter has landed.
He doesn't hear you, Cobra Commander. He's lost in his thoughts and his sorrow again. You'd better hope and pray that Major Blood is dead. Because if Destro gets Blood alive and the Major lets slip that it was you who ordered the killing...
Bethesda Naval Hospital.
What happened to this man? Looks like someone used his face for a trampoline.
Take this patient into the emergency operating room immediately. We'll need whole blood in the fracture team.
I told you to subdue the man, not tap dance on his head. Major Blood has got to do some serious talking. If his jaw is busted...
Cut me some slack, Stalker. I only hit him once or twice, 3 or 4 times at the most, honest. Half a dozen, tops.
Where do you think you're going?
That patient is a dangerous terrorist, and...
He's in critical condition. He's not going to jump up and be a threat to anybody for a long time.
Attention, all emergency teams report to the burn unit. Female patient has arrived with third-degree burns over 80% of body surface.
80%? Both these guys can wait. She's priority.
Nurse, watch these two. One of them is supposed to be a dangerous character.
Obviously, they were speaking of me. My wounds were more pretense than fact. Now show me the parking lot, or I shall be forced to demonstrate the dangerous qualities they...
I think not, Blood. The dangerous character they were referring to was me.
It always seems to make the doctors uptight when the patient refuses to remove his shoulder holster or give up his .45. Nurse, go find me somebody with a green suit and a gun.
Are you Hawk? That female burn victim asked to speak to you before she passed out. Maybe you can identify her. She was wearing these.
Cobra Commander, I have 3 rather distressing bits of news for you. Hawk is alive. Major Blood is alive and in the hands of the Joe team. The bitterness is in the burn unit. She may or may not survive. If she lives, she'll never look the same. I have already placed my cover in jeopardy by lying to the Joes about Blood's condition. I await your orders as to the disposition of our 2 liabilities. All hair, mighty Cobra.
Hawk is still alive, Destro, and Major Blood has been captured by the Joes. They're probably taking Blood to G.I. Joe headquarters.
Blast. If we only still had Scarface, we could continue with our original plan to use Scarface to ferret out the location of G.I. Joe headquarters by infecting him with the toxin and letting him get captured. We've got to find Scarface.
Impossible. He's gone to ground.
He has a hideout, and I know where it is.
The George Washington Bridge on the Hudson River between Fort Lee, New Jersey, and New York City.
You see, Shadowman, Scarface is the key. Scarface knows where Springfield is, and somebody in Springfield knows where Dr. Venom is. I may not know where Scarface is at this moment, but I know where his hidey hole is. Say, friend, how do I get to Coney Island?
West Side Highway to the tunnel. Belt Parkway all the way. Can't miss it.
Taxi!
Where to?
Coney Island.
I want the Harrier fueled and ready for flight in half an hour.
I need flight plan and authorizations.
You'll need neither. I'll fly the plane there, you'll fly it back.
From where?
Coney Island.